Hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah.
Hey guys, welcome to the Superhero Page, your source for DC and Marvel news. I'm your host Jason, and today we'll be doing our second weekly podcast. Last week was supposed to be our second one, but we didn't know that we couldn't make videos past 15 minutes. So we'll be doing the second one this week. But we're gonna have to say everything a lot faster, so maybe not as detailed explanations. And for the stuff that we've already made videos about, the more important news, we won't be going into a lot of depth about that. So let's start off with Arrow Season 2.5 Issue 1 has recently come out, and they introduced the boxing glove Arrow in it. And so that might mean that we'll get it on the show, and I'm pretty excited because I've been waiting for this. But I didn't know how they'd incorporate it, so apparently they made it like a balloon, not really like a boxing glove. On to our next news. Stan Lee says that chances are that we will get a Black Widow movie. Well, Stan Lee is always saying this stuff, like, he just comes out and says it. He's also said that, yes, we're getting a Black Panther movie. Like, if I had a penny for every time he said that, I'd be rich. In other news, well, not really news, but Stephen Amell said something really interesting that I want to share. He said that instead of doing 23 episodes of Arrow, I would love to do 17, then in the middle of the year, do 6 episodes of Suicide Squad. I think this would be a great idea because Amanda Waller is such a great character in Arrow, and I'd like to see them add a lot of new characters to Suicide Squad. Like they could add Slade or Harley or Clock King. In more news, James Gunn said that he is planning to introduce a female character into Guardians of the another female character into Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So I'm thinking this could be Angela. But and he says he's not putting Miss Marvel in because he just doesn't want Miss Marvel in. In more news, The Tick is returning and in development, and so I'm pretty sure this is a reboot. I'm not a fan of The Tick, but maybe some of you are, and that's good for you. In Captain America news, Hawkeye did have an appearance in Captain America 2, but they did cut it. In the scene, Hawkeye was fighting with Cap, and because they would kill Hawkeye if he did, because Captain America was wanted, and they would probably kill Hawkeye if he didn't comply and kill him. But then he gave like Cap a look like, I'm not trying to hurt you, they're making me do this. In Netflix news, Gotham will be hitting Netflix September 2015. So excited about that. Probably gonna binge watch it. And as and in other news, we already made a video about this, so I won't really talk about it. But Black Adam was cast The Rock was cast as Black Adam in a Shazam movie. One thing I really quick want to say about this is that Dwayne The Rock Johnson is huge, so it'll be tough casting someone as Shazam that can match the physique of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So someone who I think would really match the physique is none other than Colossus Daniel Cudmore. He's 6'8" and he wants to play the role. Dominic Purcell from Prison Break was cast as Heatwave in the Flash series. In Arrow news, we got our first look at Matt Ward as Komodo. Looks pretty cool. Looks like he does in the New 52. So excited about that. And Matt Nable has been cast as Ra's al Ghul. We talked a lot about that in our last video, so you can look at that on our channel. And a Supergirl TV series has been confirmed in early development. Now this show would not be a CW show, so it wouldn't be in that universe. But I think that it would be really, really awesome if it was part of the DC Cinematic Universe, because if you remember from Man of Steel, one of the pods on the ship from Krypton was empty. So that's obviously an Easter egg to Supergirl. So I really think it should be part of the DC Cinematic Universe. And it will be developed by Greg Berlanti, who works on Arrow, and Ali Adler. And it will not be titled Supergirl. In X-Men news, X-Men Apocalypse reportedly starts shooting in Montreal, April 2015. And in Batman v Superman news, Lex Luthor on a Facebook photo is sporting a wig while trying to hide his baldness, so we will definitely be getting a bald Lex Luthor. If that was it, but that was basically confirmed. In other news, Austin Butler cast in Arrow as new love interest for Thea Queen, and apparently he's some sort of DJ. His name is Chase. So he's not from the comics, so I can't really speculate on that. And Henry Cavill has been spotted again wearing his Superman suit on the set of Batman v Superman. You can't really see him though, you can just see that his legs, but in the photos he's wearing some sort of what looks like heels almost, probably because Ben Affleck is a few inches taller than him, I think 3 inches taller, so he's probably wearing that so he can look taller because Superman is taller than Batman. We got our first look at the Vision, like an actual look, not because if you remember in an earlier poster, you could see his back in like the way distance, but he looks really accurate, like astonishingly accurate to what he looks like in the comics, so that's really cool. But I was thinking that they would go for more of like an Iron Man sort of look. I was thinking he'd be created by Iron Man, so he'd look a little more like Iron Man. In other news, Blackout will appear on episode 7 of The Flash, which is really good. They're just announcing villains left and right for The Flash. In Arrow news, new members should be joining the Suicide Squad in Season 3 of Arrow. And like I said before, I want Slade to be reintroduced in the Suicide Squad. I also want Clocking, because he was in the comics, and Harley Quinn, because she made an Easter egg in Arrow Season 2. And in really cool Flash news that was earlier today, Wally West is planned to be introduced in the Flash series. Andrew Kreisberg said, "We made the West African American so that we could head in that direction. When DC reintroduced Wally in the New 52, he was African American." Which makes perfect sense. So that is really cool news because I was waiting for them to announce that Wally West was in it. But that is all the news for today. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for faster uploads and more weekly podcasts. See you next time.
Hooked on a